Thanks for joining us for another live stream. Alkalinize your diet. Alkaline diet. Why? Kind of what I just have up on the board here. Why? What's the best diet? I get that question a lot. Is it Mediterranean? Is it an alkaline forming diet? Is it this? Is it that? I'm not sure that I can tell you that there is one diet that is the best diet. I can tell you that the reason for you to alkalinize, without question, will help you to function better at a cellular level. So that's our message today. Why alkalinize? Why make whatever dietary components you choose? I probably eat more of a combination of an alkaline forming diet / Mediterranean diet. A lot of olive oil, a lot of nuts. I have nuts everywhere here, nuts and seeds, a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables. I definitely eat fish. I eat some sources of protein, red meat, not a ton. So I eat maybe more of an alkaline / Mediterranean. So I know that there has to be one pigeonhole diet that you just follow in here. But we know there are benefits to a Mediterranean style diet. Reduces Alzheimer's risk, reduces inflammation in the body. So I don't want to say each, but many diets, core advantageous diets, have their benefits. This one in particular, though, is about health. This one will help you with resilience. This will help you with repair. This will help you with cellular energy, and the list goes on. So there's a reason why we want to make this more of a therapeutic. There are certain diets that might be good for you. This one, alkaline forming diet, when you move in this direction, is therapeutic. So let's move on. Why? Why are we here? Why do we end up with a acid forming diet? Well, acid forming diets, or folks that run acidic, eat the standard American diet, so to speak, unfortunately. Too much sugar, too much red meat, too many processed types of foods, not enough vegetables, not enough fruits, not enough minerals. So the standard American diet, typical dairy, a ton of meat, too much sugar, too many white processed. We eat, and I'll show you later what an alkaline forming diet and an acidic forming diet look like, but we eat too far on the acid side of the charts as opposed to the alkaline side. You can never eat just one or the other, but when we eat predominantly foods that are more acid forming versus foods that are more alkaline forming, this will move you to an acidic production. Many medical professionals have a problem with this because they say, don't you know that the pH of the blood is 7.35 to 7.55, and the pH of the blood has to be maintained there. They're missing the point. Don't let science come up to bite you. Don't let medicine come up to bite you, because this is a very true statement. But I'm not talking about what's flowing through your veins. I'm talking about the net continuum of what the body's doing. So what will happen is, in order to maintain that pH, the body will pull in minerals. If I am eating a diet that is poor, this is the next layer of this. If I'm eating a diet that is poor, if I'm under a lot of stress, if I'm under a lot of distress, toxic overload, I'm exposed to too many things, I'm producing a ton of stress hormones, see, all of that begins to constitute this acid-forming diet. So as many medical people would say, well, this is all a bunch of bunko, because don't you know that you're, as if somehow, and I hate to say this, but that your body magically just stays here. It doesn't. How does it achieve this? It uses positively charged minerals, and it'll draw them from where? From storage. When it draws them from storage, it'll deplete cellular reserves of buffering mineral salts. It's as simple. This is not complex. So if I have a diet, if I have a lifestyle, if I'm exposed to many toxins, I don't detoxify well, if I eat a low-fiber diet, I don't drink enough purified water, I don't have enough minerals, And all this together, stress and lifestyle and not enough, just some of the ABCs of don'ts will constitute and drive you to a more of an acidic diet. The body will do anything that it can, because if not, your artery beds and vessel walls become caustic. They burn up. They'll become too acidic. They burn up. It's not going to happen. But your body on net pays a huge price for that. So, lifestyle issues play in. I thought it was only diet. No, life as well. If you have a ton of stress hormone production and we're not learning how to deal with some of those stressors, and we don't exercise and we don't move enough, and you don't do some deep breathing, and you don't get adequate sleep and rest, and there's a continual barrage of distress in your life, and then I eat poorly and I drink too much alcohol and I drink a ton of coffee. You see how we kind of come apart at the wheels. I mean, the wheels come off of the vehicle. So what do we do? All right, so let me just make a little cheat sheet. Let's make sure I've got it covered. Food choices. We talked a little bit about toxicities. So let's just do this. Where do we want to be? I think I need to define that. So 6.5 to 7.5 is really where we should be on balance. I'll define how we get there. Less than 6.5, you're running very acidic or acid forming or acidotic. We get much over 7.5. You're running extremely alkaline or creating alkalosis, which is not a good thing either. So when we say, the terminology is a little misunderstood. It's just that so many of us run down in this 5 to 6 range that when we say alkaline forming diets, we assume, oh, we need to have a pH of 8.0. No, you don't. We want to be in this range. We want to get you somewhere around 7, which is neutral. Okay? It's neutral. Too much on the alkaline side is actually a sign maybe of disease. Not a good thing. Acidosis is a result of all the things we've already discussed, so we're not going to go back there. So we want to keep you in this range. How do you define that? Well, the best way, and I've discussed this on some of our other teachings on alkaline forming diet. This one today is the whys and wherefores, and I'm going to go back to that. You've got to do a first morning urine pH. Not multiple a day, not salivary, no. First morning urine. We have little handouts on that. First morning urinary pH. That's when the body the pendulum swings. What I've eaten and what I've drank through the course of the day. I've now been sleeping for 6, 7, 8 hours. I've maybe avoided once during the night. Now I get up and I'm up early at 5:30. Maybe you're up at 6:30. Maybe you're up at 7. You get up. Now you run a urine stream through a pH hydrion paper. You compare that to the little chart, and it gives you your little color chart as to what and where you fall into and what your pH is. So you can do the analysis and you can follow this. And I'd recommend if you're battling, so who's this for? Wow, I mean, I don't know, I heard people say, well, I read an article, my sister-in-law has cancer, and I read a book that said that, alkalinizing your diet kills cancer. I don't know that I would go that far. I think cancer is a lot more complex than that. What I would say is here's what happens. When I am running acidic, the cellular efficiency of the machinery goes down. I don't produce as well. My energy levels you generate energy on balance at a cellular level goes down. And I have my little cheat sheet. Let me make sure I got everything here. Your cellular functioning goes down, cellular efficiency, cellular energy. Your detoxification pathways go down. And here's one of the big things. Your repair, your body is constantly in the process of repair. Your repair at a cellular level diminishes greatly. Now I get into repair deficits. So there's a lot more to this, but the functional issues are I don't repair, I lose cellular energetics, I decrease cellular efficiency, the body becomes more functioning in an anaerobic without oxygen environment. This is why it's as important not only just to change your diet and alkalinize it, but to walk, to exercise, to drink plenty of pure water, to eat plenty of fibers, quality fibers, and to eat foods that are rich in minerals, vegetables, fruits, lentils, and then try to cut back on the amount of dairy and sugar and caffeine and so on that you consume, and try to eat more. And I'll say it again, on the left side of that chart, and hopefully we'll post this up on our website. It's simple. It's an alkaline forming chart. Foods that are more alkaline on the left side, foods that are more acidic on the right side. Try to eat more to the left of center or a little center right over to the left. You have a more alkaline forming diet. Cellular machinery goes down, cellular efficiency goes down, cellular energetics go down, repair, and this is big, because then this, I sincerely believe or opens the door towards things like chronic fatigue, has some role in fibromyalgia. I've got more toxicities at a cellular level. Now I'm more affected by things like vaccines or toxicities. Why? Because my glutathione production, my cellular energetics are down. My body's ability to do work at a cellular level all diminish, unfortunately. And here's the last part of this, which is really important. The more acidity that we accumulate, and I become more acidic, so back to the Y version of this, the more acidic I become, as I accumulate this acid load, what happens, the body from storage, connective tissue, bone, etc., begins to donate positively charged ions or minerals, magnesium, zinc, calcium, and so on, in order to buffer out the acid load. And what you have is, on balance, a net mineral loss. Bad. All bad. All hurts you. Okay? So there's the kind of the overview, how you get there. This is the quick and the skinny version. We could do hours on this. How you begin to move away from there. Why it's bad. All right, so let's just talk about it quickly. Acid accumulates when you're under distress. I want to summarize this. Your diet is poor. You're exposed to a lot of chemicals, a lot of toxins. Maybe you have a lot of food allergies and food sensitivities, overloads your cellular machinery. Maybe you even have some leaky gut going on. Intestinal permeability, leaky gut, creates a huge distress load. There are toxins getting into the circulatory system, overloads the system. How do we get out of there? How do we move away from this? More fresh, whole foods, preferably organic when you can, or locally grown. Frozen if you have to. Number 2, eat a larger variety of foods and not just going from another piece of red meat to another type of red meat, from a filet to, no. I'm talking about eating different types of vegetables. Experiment a little bit. Eat things maybe even that you don't like necessarily because of the different ratios of minerals that they contain. Think about rotating foods. When you eat a variety of foods, that is good, but have like a mental process. You know, I've been eating a lot of apples and blueberries I do a lot of that in my smoothies. Well, you know, I just went to the store the other day. I bought some pears. I bought some raspberries, and I bought some other types of frozen fruits to put in the smoothie. Eat a variety. Use more of a rotation concept in your mind. You don't have to write this down, but be willing to do different types of vegetables and fruits that maybe you weren't used to. Number 4, more fiber. We need more fiber. I think this very directly plays into forming an acidic diet by not having enough fiber. Plenty of purified water. You got to drink more water. You've got to drink purified water, and you've got to drink plenty of it. It helps you detoxify. I just did a live stream on water not too long ago. Go back and view it. I think that we really touched on, in very key areas, why water is important to our bodies. And not as the whole answer to health, but it's very, very important. Okay? Summary. Fresh vegetables, more of them. Fresh whole foods, preferably organic. Variety, rotation, more fiber, more water. Did I miss anything? Occasionally, a good thing to think about is looking at doing a liquid nutrient plan sometimes. So some of you need to just think, hey, I need to just change where I'm going. So start doing a little bit of juicing. Juice some veggies. Throw in an apple, a carrot or two to sweeten it a little bit. Do this 3-4 times during the course of the day. Maybe throw a good clean source. We have pure protein essentials. We have plant-based proteins. Do this for a couple of days. There's nothing wrong with doing this. This will help to reduce a lot of the distress load on the body, help the gut and the intestinal tract repair, help you even with leaky gut types of components, and start to move you, because when you do the juicing, you're going to do more foods that contain these positively charged minerals, vegetables and fruits, that will donate electrons or donate positively charged minerals back, which will help you to alkalinize. So in general, eat more fruit to alkalinize. Eat more vegetables. Drink lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemons. Eat more lentils. Squeeze lemon and lime in water every morning. It'll help you. I do it a lot in the evening, whenever. Spices, herbs, nuts, seeds, they're more alkaline forming. I gave you the generic list before. Too much sugar, too much dairy, too much red meat, too much caffeine, even eggs, unfortunately. I eat a lot of eggs. I eat 3 eggs 3-4 times a week, but they're more acid forming. You've got to balance them off. Hopefully soon, in the next short period of time, we will put the alkaline forming chart up for you to give you the specifics. I didn't want to, I can't write this on this board. I felt it was important to give you the do's and don'ts, the whys, why it works, why you've got to move away from acidity. It's not a cure for anything. What it does is simply this. When you run more at a neutral pH, your cellular machinery works better. You function better, you detoxify better, your energy levels are better, you repair better. Hence, it puts you in a position to fight off disease, to fend off bad things, whether it be cancer, fibromyalgia, cellular, low energetic potential. It all just makes sense. Is it the perfect diet? I don't know. I don't know what is the perfect diet. I believe combinations of diets. Personally, for me, alkaline forming / anti-inflammatory, not a lot of foods that produce inflammation. They also produce acidity, Mediterranean style diet. God bless you. Thanks for being with us. Stay tuned for the next live stream. See you then.